doing? I hope all is well, up and well. Okay. So I'm on the road. This is live. Lord, I pray that you protect and guide me on this road. I may not be looking at the phone because this is live, but I wanted to bring you along while I drive just to talk to you about a few things that will help you grow, right? This part of the growth. I just don't believe that people should have to learn things the hard way. I believe if you can learn from someone else, I've always been that type. I've always been a type. I could look at someone else's life or what someone else has going on and the results they're getting or the consequences, and I'm not going to do that, right? I'm just not going to do that. So um what I oh Lord, forgive me. Oh, just forgive me, Lord. Mhm. But and I was trying to come down with something too, but I rebuke that too. But what I was saying is I'm the type I don't have to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, I had to learn some things the hard way because I just didn't know. But if I would have been taught those things, or if I would have understood like the consequences of certain things, or saw someone else experience it, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have gone through it. I would have gone through it. I'm the type that I don't have to go through things to learn the lesson, although that is part of life and that is how you learn. But I can learn by looking at someone else and the results they're getting. I can look at someone and what they're doing, and if the results are not favorable, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, no, that won't work for me. That won't work for me, right? So, but I want to talk to you all about just, it's constantly just growing, constantly doing the work on yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. And this is why people don't work on themselves. Because the more you work on yourself, the smaller your circle will get, and the less you will want to be around people who are not working on themselves, right? The more you work on yourself, and it's not that you think you better, because people will start saying that foolishness because you want to grow and you want to be different and become different and operate differently, right? People will say that to try to discourage you and keep you in that low place. But once you start seeing, I don't know if my phone is going to go hot because it's on my dad. It go hot, but hopefully, I think because it's on my dashboard and not shining directly through my and the dashboard. So I'm gonna talk until it goes out. The more you work on yourself, and the more you set boundaries, and the more you stand on your morals and values, because a lot of times we have set things um in place, and we will compromise our morals and values for certain people because we say we love them, right? And if you heal and you understand the reason for compromising, your morals and values and doing things that you said you would not do, when you understand why you did those things, um, oh, they got all kind of new stores over here. I haven't been on this road in a while. I'm sorry, y'all, I got distracted. Once you realize that um, you were unhealed, and that's why you reneged on your morals and values, or you folded, or you gave in on things that you said you would not do for someone or people who you think love you, right? It's because you were unhealed. You still had issues and unhealed traumas. Have you ever noticed when you start doing the work on yourself, when you start healing, people tend to disappear? Like the phone calls become lesser and lesser. You don't get the invites anymore. You don't get, you're not fun anymore because you're not in that low place. They can't use you anymore. They can't steal from you anymore. And these are not tangible things. Sometimes people just want your energy. You being around them make them feel good and look good. You being around them, especially if you're not in a good place, that makes them feel good about themselves because you're in a low place and that they can see, where am I turning? What road am I turning on? Hold on. Look, you're happy and joyful, and people, they don't want to be around you then. When you're happy, when you're joyful, when you're peaceful, when you're vibing high, when your energy level is up, people don't like to be around you. But when your spirit is down, you have all kind of invites. You get all kind of people inviting you places, and they want to be around you. They want to go because they want to hear all the gossip and the tea. They like that. People feed off that. One thing that I've learned over this past, because I'm a very outgoing and open person, I'm very honest. I just don't feel like I have anything to hide, anything to protect, and nothing to prove. But what I've learned over these last 2 years, and more so recently, I stopped talking so much. I stopped telling people what I'm doing, what I'm working on. I stopped I stopped sharing, the things that I'm working on, and my wins and things that bring me joy, because people will use that against you. And I realized when I stopped sharing things with people, I accomplished more and it's quicker, right? Not saying that you can't, but for me, right? For me, I realized, and that's why you have to spend your own personal time in relationship with God so he could tell you what you need to stop doing or what you shouldn't be doing, right? But I noticed I could get more stuff done. I'm more